Focus on timer.
気にしてたから聞いたんじゃないの？あにゃ、違う。そうじゃないの。
Which is it? What's wrong? Your tsundere is starting to fade.
消えてないわよ。そういうのはね、いちいち指摘しなくても平気よ。なぜって何を言わせるのよ。私はこれが素なんだからね。皆様お揃いで薬物パーティーですか？それはもう終わったわよ。いや、その言い方は語弊が。あのね、パーティーなんかじゃないわよ。もしそうならユミコもいるはずでしょう。私は仲間外れ。それもそうですね。となると、榊さんはまたお一人で読書でしょうか？榊さんってちょっと距離を感じるわよね。仲が悪いとかそういうことじゃないんだけど。そうかしら。私はもう、ハローユミコ、今日も元気にしてる？でもあんたの健康なんて気にしてないんだからね。
As she comes in with the box cutter.
ってなぐらいでパッチ。ミチル様の社交性には頭が下がります。まるで壊れたダンプカーのように相手の懐に飛び込んでいきますよね。
Yeah, I expect you to get carried away with the fairly regularly, probably resulting in a lot of nasty glares from Sakaki.
確かにそういうこともないわけじゃないわね。
So, who does Sakaki spend the most time with then?
そう言われると難しいな。私はマキナの面倒を見てることが多いけど。そうなのよさ。いつもアマネーに上から下までやってもらってんの。私はサチに用事を頼むことが多いかしらね。そうですね。休憩しようかなというタイミングでミチル様が何かをおっしゃられることが多いです。でも働いている時は充実感があるのでちっとも苦ではありません。ふふん、そうでしょう。サチは私のメイドだもの。でも同い年のマキちゃんと一緒にいることも多いです。
Akina's a popular one.
マキナ人気者。チルチルは人気ないね。まあめんどくさいし仕方ないのよさ。何よその言い方。失礼しちゃうわね。プンプン。ミチル様、冷静になった上でその現実を受け入れてください。
Even Sachi.
サチ？チルチルはお友達がいないからちゃんと作った方がいいのよさ。みんな私のことをどう思って接してるの？そこまでじゃないけど、まあそういう感じ。
Not to worry, Michiru, you can always make friends inside your head that will never reject you.
何それ？どういうこと？頭の中にいる友達って？
Michiru's reaction to my attempt at a joke isn't quite what I expected. She's staring wide-eyed at me, waiting for tender hooks for more detail. I take a deep breath and politely begin to explain. Although they usually drop the idea as they grow up, I heard some people keep their imaginary friends around even into adulthood. Although Michiru listened carefully to my every word, it doesn't seem to have been what she was looking for. Her shoulders sag in disappointment. Yet she was talking about her other self. That's composed of a soul of her dead friend. Which I can't understand why. Why would that?
そっか。それって子供の妄想みたいなもん。
I guess some people have long conversation with their dolls or stuffed animals instead.
ミチルは空想とか好きそうだもんね。そんなことないわよ。私はいつだって現実を見据えて生きているのよ。ビシッ。
Oh, that a fact. So what's reality the way you see it?
私にとっての現実？急に難
Michiru folds her arms, closes her eyes after a long moment of thought, stands up straight and delivers her answer.
私にとっての現実、私が今ここにいることよ。
Judging from her dramatic delivery, Michiru must have thought that was a really impressive line. Sadly, her audience is less than responsive. There's a moment of awkward silence.
そりゃそうなのよさ。ここにいなかったら現実じゃないのよ。チルチルは考えすぎて一周回って当たり前のことを言ってしまったのよ。そうね。ミチルには難しい質問だったかもしれないわね。ミチル様、わからないときはわからないと言ってくださいね。そうすれば風見さんも最初から質問しないはずです。ちゃんと頭数から外していただけるはずです。ミチル様は頭数にない。ちょっと、なんでみんなして人のことちょっとかわいそうな子扱いするのよ。今の答え完璧じゃない。むしろ哲学的でさえあるじゃない。
Can you define metaphysical?
当たり前よ。教えなさい。開き直るスピードがより速くなった。
You disappointed me. I'm making a note not to expect anything from you in the future. Not that I had been previously, but I clearly need to lower my forecast even further. For this moment forward, I'll formally handling you as an authentic, official, certified idiot.
そうやってまた私のことバカにする。バカじゃないんだからね。そういうの禁止。ドンストップ。ひとまずミスドンストップは置いとくのよさ。放置プレートはマキナも成長したものね。プレイじゃないのよ。本気で放置よ。
Don't star, what?
では話を変えてユージ、君のお友達ってあんまり想像できないけど、子供の頃とかはどうだったの？
As a kid, my friends, the word brings to mind a young girl I met under some very unusual circumstances. Our relationship was basically about helping each other stay alive, but I guess you could have called it a sort of friendship. And again, after a while, she disappeared from that place, and I was left to fend for myself again. Tricky question. I'm not the most social gifted person around.
多少気難しいとこもあるけど、ちゃんとしてるじゃない。これからどんな友達が欲しいとかないの？
I'm drawing a blank on the concept of friends, so I decide to mentally substitute the term buddies and think I can provide more concrete answers at the turners I know on the field. Well, I'll pass on anyone who holds me back. The useless ones don't have any right to complain if they end up getting shot in the back. 後ろから撃たれるって、どんな状況下での友達を想定してるのよ。I'm not even going to explain. Just a figure of speech. Nobody's actually going to get shot, going to shoot an ally, but you really should try to learn who you can count on to watch your back, and you can't expect anything from, and how to deal with the latter. Yes, we're talking about you. Anyway, I like people who are easy to work with. I guess that's really the only thing I'm looking for, to be honest. As long as they don't get in my way, I'm not going to complain. Maybe sometimes I think tools make better partners than human beings. They have a clear purpose, makes them a lot simpler to deal with.
人を道具扱いするのは良くないと思うよ。
Didn't mean to imply that. I'm just saying that tools tend to be reliable. Once you use a piece of machinery enough, it practically becomes a part of you, a simple extension of your body that does what you need. The more effective you give a tool, the more smoothly it operates. A tool won't betray you, not often at least. Sorry, got a bit off track there. To put it more simply, I don't think I ever really had something you can call a best friend.
そうなのよね。友達と親友ってまた違うから、そうなると難しいわよね。私はあんまりそういうのは考えたことないのよさ。そうですね。私は皆様の役に立ちたい一心ですし。
We've discussed friendship for a while now, not that the concept has gotten any clearer for me. But at this point I realized that one person has stopped participating in the conversation. A certain bottled blonde has slowly taken her distance from the group. In our friendly chat, her face growing increasingly gloomy. Her usual energy vanished. Wonder if something wrong. Yeah, I believe I said it before. The soul of her friend is lifting another half of her body, which is weird. I believe because of a heart operation? Sure reminds me of that weird movie about two brothers end up in a car accident. One died while the other lived, and somehow the blood mixed together and the soul got transferred over. Like, it's weird. I can see beads of sweat forming on Michiru's forehead. Maybe her stomach's upset. As she demonstrated just a few minutes ago, the girl isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. As she is an idiot, it would be surprising if she ate food off the ground and found herself in intestinal distress. Yes, I can easily imagine the girl stuffing her cheeks with unidentified berries she found on some bush. Take a good, careful look at Michiru. Indeed, that is the face of someone who goes scavenging in trash cans once she got a little hungry. No, my mistake. She probably doesn't even have to be hungry first. I can picture her plucking some tasty-looking, colorful mushroom off the ground and chewing down without a second thought. Idiots are such a handful. Perhaps she wandered down to the beach, spotted a crab, chased after it while drooling, then found herself under attack from a jealous Erica coveting the same prize. Honestly, does this woman have no sense of whatsoever when it comes to her hunting and gathering? Just entering a wild monkey territory is dangerous. What kind of fool goes so far as to try to steal their prey? Come to think of it, crab-eating meerkats don't even live in Japan. Did this girl wonder all the way to... Where's this conversation going? Abruptly, I jumped off the sofa and dropped... Again, I don't really see where this is... I'm going to not read for a bit. Yeah, I can't explain this. You're welcome to pause. You're welcome to pause and read. And what's with the sweating? Your face is pasty and you've got nasty beads of perspiration on your forehead. You sure don't look healthy to me. Amin watched Michiru and me with concern. Enters the conversation. Not in the least, she's suffering from...
でも、そういえばさっきから少し苦しそう。大丈夫？大丈夫よ。なんてことないんだからね。
I didn't want to enter that conversation until this point. Like, sweet Jesus, how can you read that? Even if you don't have dysentery, we need to properly identify the problem. Whatever infectious disease you got will need to be take the appropriate countermeasures. Understood?
だからそうじゃチルチルお腹痛いの大丈夫
How did this conversation happen?
みちる様保健室まで私がご一緒させていただきます
Okay, this is part 6, I believe. No, part 5. Part 6 is the next part. Not necessarily Sachi, there's a possibility she's still infectious. I probably have more experience dealing with this sort of thing than you.
はいそれではよろしくお願い
Come on, let's go.
だから大ごとにしないでよね私そういうの嫌いなんだ
Listen, Maggot, how many times do I have to tell you not to make light of dysentery? Small things are what get you. You change your stocks regularly, then you're in Vietnam, and you always treat diarrhea with the proper respect.
そうじゃないって言ってるです
You're awfully stubborn, but anyway, this illness is sure to come out of nowhere. It looked fine until we started talking about best friends, or whatsoever it was. Michiru's face fills with pain, and she clutches a hand to her chest. The next moment, she's leaning heavily against the wall as if to keep herself from falling to the ground. What's wrong? Are you in pain?
ちょっと休ませてすぐ治るから
Wait, is your chest rounder than your stomach?
ねえユージお願いちょっとだけだから
Normally, chest pain is something we should be responding to immediately, but it seems like this is a familiar occurrence for Michiru. She has the most information so far at the moment. I have to trust her judgment. Alright, if you say so, but don't overdo it. If it feels worse than usual, let me know right away.
わかったわよあんたに心配なんてして
You've got guts, young tsundere. Flipping herself lightly on the back, Michiru slowly settles her rugged breathing down. In time, the beads of sweat on her forehead disappear, and the expression of pain on her face fades away. I see, I tend not to trust sick people when they tell me I'll be fine, as a general rule. But I guess sometimes the person in question does know best.
言ったでしょちょっとした貧血よ貧血あんたは気にしなくていいの
I don't think anemia typically causes chest pain.
私の場合は感じるのだからもし今後こういうことがあっても軽くスルーしなさいよねそれとあんまりこういう姿他の子に見せたく
So if you got a chronic illness, I think it's best if the people around you knew enough to react appropriately in an emergency. But if you're that opposed to the idea, we can write a memo and stick it to on your forehead.
もう私が黙ってなさいって言ったら黙ってなさいよ
If you
それ
insist.
ならよしじゃあ戻るわよみんなみちる様のお帰りよさっきのはあれもう戻ってきたの当たり前じゃない私を誰だと思ってるのツンデレキングみちる様
No, tsundere king would be Taiga. Freaking pom-pom tiger.
サーチそんなこと言ってる暇があったらお水持ってきてちょうだい喉が渇いたわ私はナチュラルミネラルウォーターをご所望よはいただいまお持ちいたします戻ってきた途端にサッちゃんに命令なんてすっかり元気になったみもともとちょっと貧血だっただけよレバーを食せば問題なすそれじゃあまた盛り上がっていくわよそんなに盛り上がるような話してたっけしてないなら盛り上げていくわよこれだけ元気なら心配しなくても大丈夫そうね
Once women get started with idle gossip in earnest, it won't end anytime soon. In accordance with that rule, the group's conversation stretches on endlessly. Finding a good moment, I slip away silently. When I leave the dorm, I bump into Sakaki, a non-participant in the ongoing girl talk. I know she's not the most social type, but even so, she's known the others longer than I have. She might have some sort of answer for me. Hey Sakaki, just now, Mitru got sick out of nowhere. Don't worry, it didn't turn out to be anything serious. Seemed like she was actually completely used to it. Have you seen something like that happen to her before? Which would mean she's trying to hide it. No, I didn't think so. Sorry for the weird question all of a sudden. Incidentally, Sakaki, please don't mention that I said to anyone, please. It seems Mitru doesn't want people worrying about her. Thanks. I'll see you later. Relationships are difficult things. Too often we hide ourselves out of consideration for others, and dress up ugly reality with happy lies. Keep it up long enough, and the truth is left irritable, tangled with fiction. Everyone understands the ideal relationship based on straightforward honesty, but that straightforward road feels so cautious, circuitous as a maze. Once you take the first step, our hearts are hidden from each other, regardless of our intentions. As we stumble through the twist and turn of life, the most we can do is pray that we won't lose our way in the one maze we ourselves have created. But I think that might actually be the most difficult thing of all. If we could manage that much, every path would lie open to us. It's difficult to use your time off effectively. In particular, when you're in a profession like mine, your holidays tend to be irregular and come with many restrictions on how you can spend them. It's hard to make plans ahead of time, and when you do, they'll be spoiled as often as not. As a result, I tend to use my free days to catch up on sleep, get in extra exercise, and read books. These I can do without the need of any advanced planning or preparation. The major side effect is that I've never been able to form much in the way of a hobby or interest to enliven my usual routine. My schedule may have changed once I enter the school, but my middle pathetic recreational habits remain much the same. I'm working through a calisthenic routine in the dorm lobby. Amen is providing helpful commentary. Look, the stage whispers and dramatic sighs are starting to get on my nerves. How about you just come over here and tell me off to my face? I take it back. Do me a favor and stick to sniping behind my back. That's more infuriating than I expected. Amen squats down next to me as she speaks, her face full of pity. Give me a break here. It's better than sitting around doing nothing at all, but don't you?
確かにそうだけどさ、それでもせっかくの土曜なんだから少しはなんかこうもっとそれらしいことしたらいいんじゃないの?
This woman can be such a pain in the ass at times. Bring my calisthenics to a halt for a moment. I stand up and turn to face Amen. Alright then, as your good professional woman at leisure, Miss Amen, please teach me exactly how to make delightful use of my Saturdays. I'm all ears. very simple question, Amin. How do you spend your own free time?
いやだから週末のアバンチュールを優雅に過ごしまくる人生の達人周防天音先生に素晴らしい余暇のエンジョイの仕方を伝授してもらおうと思ったんだが。口真似すんな。それに何よその安いコピー。アバンチュール処女解放、そしてびっくり開花。
Again, why frickin' Machina?
こうさ、顔めがけて水平にチョップとか打って。
Don't ask me, so how do you spend your weekends, Amin?
そこに話戻すんだね。
Since you are going around calling other people dull human beings, I'm sure you have some real interesting hobbies yourself, right? Spit it out.
習慣、大人の隠れ家とかに特集されそうなパーフェクトな趣味なんでしょうな。さあ、どうぞ。
Why is Machina this unstable?
後で覚えてなさいよ。私、掃除と洗濯と料理かな。
I dropped my hands abruptly onto Armin's shoulders. I'm afraid you made a serious mistake here, my friend. Please allow me to explain in detail.
ごめん、分かってるからやめて。
The things you just listed are not what we call hobbies.
ダメ、お願い言わないで。
Firmly maintaining my grip on Alma as she squirms around violently, I stare into her eyes, plaster her on a fake smile, and deliver a blow of truth. Those are chores.
分かってたけど改めて言われるとすごく惨めだ。
Almond at last escapes from my grasp. Collapsing to her knees, she hangs her head in shame. Machina trots over to Almond's side and gives her back a few consumer-hating thumps.
まあなんだ、そのうち君にも生きがいってもんが見つかるかもしれんから、それまではつまらない専業主婦でも頑張ってやってみるといいじゃないかね。しかしやっぱりチョップをさ、こう。
Well, you're the one raising the girl. Discipline her as you see fit. In a way, with the levels of instruction, it doesn't seem like I'm going to find myself a hobby worth being proud of anytime soon.
昼間から何をギャーギャー騒いでるのよ。うるさくて起きちゃったじゃない。
Nature arrives at the scene. She'd obviously been awake for several hours already. Probably thought our noise was a good excuse to be nibby. By the way, nibby would be Kansai slang for someone with a desperate need to stick their nose into other people's conversation. I've been picking up a bit of this stuff from Amen lately.
ユージの無趣味ぶりをみんなで弾劾してたのよ。趣味？
Yeah, I don't have any particular worthwhile to occupy my leisure time, which they decided to pester me about.
確かに、あんたは趣味とかなさそうよね。ずっと部屋で親指だけの腕立て伏せとかしてそうなイメージ。
I understand what she means, but at the point, wouldn't it be technically by a finger stand rather than an arm stand?
チルチルの趣味はあれだもんね。お前何言うのよいきなり。だってチルチルが毎日することで習慣になりそうなのってそれぐらいしか思いつかないの。あんたに私の何がわかるって言うのよ。そんなの毎日はしてないわよ。猿みたいな扱いをしないでくれる。毎日じゃないにしてもしてるのは間違いないのよね。
And also to the next part.